So, guys, here we are, Stoomboy, the Combat Companion. So, now before we start every show, just to let you know, I'm sponsored by Hard Life Fightwear. So, Hard Life often a range of fight apparel, whether it be gi, no gi, MMA, whatever your needs. Hard Life do have you covered. They do some fantastic custom gear as well. So, if you want to come out looking special for whatever event you're going to be doing, then just hit up hardlifefightwear.co.uk. Use the discount code STOOM15 and you will get a bit of a discount through there. So we're going to be talking about Grapple Wars 7 then. Grapple Wars 7 is going to be the 26th of October. So we're only just under 3 weeks away now. Already promises to be an unbelievable card. I mean, we've got some fantastic grapplers from all ages, genders, weights are going to be on the card that evening. So grapplers from all over the UK are definitely going to be on show. So we're expecting some fireworks in North Wales on the 26th of October. So one of my guests is going to be on the show that night. So the autistic grappler, as you'll find him on Instagram, the autistic grappler, Khovan Hussein. Now, Khovan's going to be representing Flow, Submission Grappling, and Blackledge MMA. So he's going to be on the show and he's going to be coming to look to put on an absolute performance. Absolutely buzzing to see Khovan step out on the show that evening. So Khovan, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for the time to speak to me.
Of course, I've really been looking forward to this. I've seen a bunch of your other stuff with some other guys I've trained and competed with, and it looks like a fun time. Just been looking forward to it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I know that. We talked about interviews before. I mean, some of the interviews can be a bit all business-like. So, I've got these 10 questions. I'm going to ask these 10 questions. And whereas we just have a laugh. We spend 10, 15 minutes talking rubbish and just have fun as we're doing it.
Of course.
Tell us about you then. So, obviously, again, training at Flow, Submission Grappling, awesome school, Blackledge MMA as well. So, how's your training going at the moment?
It's going great. Well, at the moment, like I mentioned, I've been off a couple of weeks because I'm just healing from a skin infection. But before that, training was going great. Drilling, sparring 6 days a week, keeping active as much as I can. And just trying to keep active on the competitive scene as well. Every time there's a Grapple Wars or Octagon Wars even, I'll always put my name down and step in.
Yeah. So an awesome show as well. Grapple Wars, great show, especially for North Wales. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously not a lot happens in North Wales. Not a lot happens at all. So to obviously have a big grappling show. And again, this is our 7th show now, obviously, for grappling. So they must be doing something right, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I first competed on Grapple Wars. It was actually last October. Grapple Wars 3 it was. And the first show I did, I'd never watched it before. I just signed up for it and I loved it. It was great. Yeah. And they gave me a solid opponent who had a bit of a resume himself. So it's a great place to make sure I'm keeping, I guess, up to date with like the good guys at my weight and my rank.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I love about you as well, I mean, obviously I've done a lot of bit of research on you before obviously I came on. So obviously we knew autistic grappler. Do you know what I mean? Obviously having autism yourself. I mean, you're not one of these people that will have autism and then shy away from it. I mean, you're very, very open about it. Obviously it's your Instagram handle and stuff like that. So
yes.
And I mean, see, when you look at grappling as a whole, I mean, some of the top grapplers in the world are autistic. I mean, look at Mikey Musumeci. I mean, probably one of the best grapplers on the planet at the moment. And he's autistic. Do you know what I mean? He has autism and he uses that to his advantage because he said if it wasn't for him being autistic, he probably wouldn't have been as good as he is.
I think I can definitely agree with him on that because I can't even imagine what it would be like if I didn't have autism. Would I have the same passion, the same obsession, like drive?
Yeah.
But his way of explaining it is like, I guess, solving a puzzle, trying to find what method he needs to do, what he needs to implement to solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
And I guess I'd say I like to think of it in a very similar way when I'm not under pressure and high heart rate.
Yes. That's like I always tell I was saying this before we came on air. Obviously, I've got a couple of nieces and nephews who are autistic, and I always tell them
Mm.
it's a superpower. It's a superpower you have, and do you know what I mean? Especially like Owen, obviously worrying about people bullying him at school. I'm like, I mean,
Mm.
kids are jealous. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got this superpower that they don't have. Do you know what I mean? So, and
One thing I do. Sorry to interrupt. One thing I do like to um, explain a lot is autism is definitely a superpower,
yeah,
but I also think it's important to be aware of the struggles because you have the superpowers of like you can like something and you can make a career out of it because you have that drive.
yeah,
You'll see and think in ways that a neurotypical person won't. But I think if you look at your struggles, you see what's hard for you, what's difficult for you, things that will probably affect you for the rest of your life.
yeah,
If you're constantly aware of that, constantly like aware that I have these struggles, but I'm still able to do what I like, then it makes you think like there's nothing stopping you.
yeah.
So I would definitely say it's a superpower, but it's also good to see like because these things are difficult. It's good to be different, I guess, if that makes
Yes.
sense.
Definitely, definitely. ADHD as well. I mean, as I said, ADHD.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's like there was a few things I looked at. It was very, very inspirational. Do you know what I mean? And I'm one of these guys who I'll take time off the gym and I'll be like, oh, I can't go to the gym because maybe I'm not in the right headspace or like.
Mm.
I mean, you're out there, you're going to the gym, you're training, regardless of what's going on health wise. I mean, you're still out there and you're still doing your thing. Do you know what I mean? What are you, 20-year-old at the moment,
Yeah,
purple belt?
20.
So, do you know what I mean? You're doing absolutely awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So definitely an inspiration. Do you know what I mean? You're definitely one of the guys. I mean, when I talk to people, and I always talk to them about people that are inspirational in their journey, and you're going to be one of the guys that I'm now going to be like, well, hold on a minute, look at this kid, he's 20-year-old. Do you know what I mean? And he's out there doing his thing, man. He's out there competing at high levels. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? And here's us sitting talking about we can't go to the gym for whatever. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm.
whereas you're out there living your dream.
No, thank you. I do try to prioritize training as much as possible. Um, Obviously, if I ever have to miss a session for whatever reason, like personal issues or whatever, then I'll miss one session. But I always make sure that I make up for it the
Yeah,
next day.
yeah. That's about Grapple Wars then. So obviously you'd been on Grapple Wars before. So how did you find out you were going to be on Grapple Wars 7?
Well, it's quite funny actually. So the first Grapple Wars of the year, I had an original opponent, Nathan Hambrook, I think his name is.
Mhm.
He trains at 10th Planet Branbury, and we were gonna have a match, and then the day before he pulled out. So I ended up facing someone else, another purple belt, and so I think it was August maybe. Nathan messaged me, and he said, "I'm fully healed now off my injury. Um, I was looking forward to our match at the start of the year. Do you want to do it at the next one?"
Yeah,
And as soon as I saw it, I thought, like, absolutely. I'm so glad he was as game for it as I am.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's how it came to be.
Nice. So that was all done in the DMs,
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
I love
pretty
it when
much.
that. I love it when that happens. Do you know what I mean? Because it makes a promoter, it makes their job so much easier. Because
Mm.
here's two guys. Listen, we're ready to go. We've spoke to each other. That's it. We're ready. So
Yeah, I
I
think we were
love
one
that.
of the first matches announced because
Yeah.
we planned this so much earlier before the show was even announced.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about
Mm.
the team? Obviously, anybody coming down with you from the team, from Flow Grappling or Flow Submission Grappling or Blackledge, anybody coming down with you?
From Flow Sub, where I mainly train, I should have my coach Steve White coming down with me. He's helped me so much. I started training with him in the start of the year in January, and mainly because I knew he's very good at takedowns. He's very good at stand up wrestling game,
Yeah.
and I just feel like since training with him, it's definitely my weakest area still. I'll say that publicly, but I definitely feel a lot more comfortable on the feet. So he's
Yeah.
definitely given me a lot of confidence
Yeah.
comparatively.
Well, you're up against a 10th planet guy, so you know these guys are not going to stand up with you anyway. They're going to want
No,
to take it down to the
no.
ground as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think if I ever want to get a takedown, it'll have to be like the first half second or something, like before he pulls.
Definitely. But it'll be a good match. I mean, 10th planet, do you know what I mean? I was talking
Mm.
to one of their guys just earlier today. He's fighting someone else, and Do you know what I mean? And 10th Planet, I mean, 10th Planet's one of these teams where you know exactly what they're coming to do, right? You know exactly they're coming for your legs, and that's all they're coming for. Don't get me wrong, they've got some other submissions, but the majority of the time they're coming, they're pulling guard, they're going to try and grab a leg, and then that's their plan a lot of the times. A lot of the times.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think I like to suit my jiu-jitsu style around any other style that I face, whether it be guard puller, wrestler, someone super technical, someone super athletic. I like to make sure that every area of my game is sound, defense-wise and offensively. So whenever I'm in any position, any submission, attacking or defending, I'm completely comfortable.
Yeah.
Awesome, so I'm excited.
Yes. What about you then? What's next? So obviously October the 26th, we know that's your main focus. That's what you're focused on. But what would you like to see yourself doing? Where would you like to see yourself going forward?
Well, I'm going to try close the year off with a couple more super fights in other shows. I think short-term goals, I would really like to get on somewhere like Grapple Fest whenever they come back up, because I know they've been absent for about 6-7 months.
Yeah.
So if they pop back up, or when they do, I'd definitely like to get on that.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome show as well, Grapple Fest. Really, really good show, especially highlighting a lot of young up-and-coming talent as well. Do you know what I mean? So they do, don't get me wrong, they've obviously got the main card, which is all your kind of international stars, but that prelim card, do you know what I mean? Just building all these these grapplers up from the early days right up to the main card. So definitely there might be an opening. Definitely should be an opening for yourself.
I hope so. I'll definitely be looking out for it.
Yes, yes. Final thing then. So, Khovan, you've been in the game for a good few years now. Good few years. Obviously, over that time, you've had some amazing people in and out your journey. Still to this day, are part of your journey. But anybody in particular you want to shout out to? Any kind of friends, family members, teammates, anything like
that? First, definitely got to shout out my mum. She's my number one supporter. She trains with me. She comes to every single competition. She's always shouting over the coaches, telling me like, "Watch out, go!" Like, always fired up. It always inspires me. Of course, I'd like to thank my coaches and training partners at Flow Submission Grappling and Blackledge MMA. I'm always getting tough rounds. I'm always learning a lot from the coaches. Any question I ask anyone, I've always got an answer by the end of the session. And both very friendly environments. And I hope to train with them for a very, very long time.
Yeah, yeah. So there we go, guys. Khovan Hussein, Flow Submission Grappling, Blackledge MMA is going to be heading to Grapple Wars 7. That's the 26th of October. Now, make sure you get tickets for the event because it's going to be an awesome event. I mean, every time I go to an event, we're always seeing some of the top grapplers, young and old, on the card, and Grapple Wars is no different. I mean, we've got some people that might not be household names, but you're going to hear a lot of these guys, male and female, coming up over the next coming months and years. So, and I say one of them is Khovan Hussein. So we're definitely going to hear and see a lot more of him coming up in the near future. So, but Khovan, listen, absolute pleasure, brother. As I say, you're a true inspiration. Do you know what I mean? After reading some of the stuff about you and seeing how far you've came in such a short period of time as well. Do you know what I mean? It's truly inspirational. So it's going to be a pleasure to see you on the 26th. I'll be there, so it's definitely going to be a pleasure to come and watch you do your thing.
I can't wait. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Definitely looking to put on the show. So I hope as many people try to watch.
Definitely. But listen, I appreciate your time, brother. Thank you very much. And listen, you enjoy the rest of your evening, okay?
I will do. Thank you, man.
Take care.
You too.